For a third year in a row, tuition prices have continued to grow for college students. As the price continues to rise, the challenge of paying for school continues to grow. Many have to work one or two jobs in order to just afford school and a place to live, and sacrifice the fun lifestyle college can offer. Victoria Gallagher, a DePaul senior, is one of these students. Gallagher's schedule is almost entirely filled up with school and work.
So I wake up around 7 every morning, get dressed, have breakfast, and then I'm at work by 8. And then I'm at work until 2 at 670 The Score, the radio station. I go to class for an hour and a half, and then I'll go straight to Rocket Bar and Grill and hostess there until about 12:30, 1 in the morning, depending on when they cut me. And then I go home, see if there's any homework I need to do for the next day, and then I do it all over again.
Gallagher works 2 jobs in the city, one at 670 The Score radio station and another at Rocket Bar and Grill. Not only does she have to balance class and work during the day, but she also has to work when she's at home too, interfering with her time to do schoolwork.
So a part of my job at The Score is running the Instagram account, and basically we have to come up with a strategic plan for every week, coming up with posts. We post about 3 times a day. So I spend a lot of time not at work working on this project.
Due to her extremely busy schedule, she is always out of the house. Her roommate, Maggie McCann, says that even though she lives with Gallagher, she rarely sees her.
So I've known Victoria since freshman year, and we got along really well. We both have similar perspectives about like school and work and, how to manage both those things while, still having a college life. I never really see Victoria. I babysit. I'm an education major, so I do my teaching and I'll be doing my student teaching. So I'm like early morning and she comes home like late at night. So like our schedules are very different.
People like Victoria need to work constantly due to college tuition prices continuing to rise. This year, for students going to public schools, tuition raised an average of 2.9%. Last year, the number rose by 2.8%. For students going to private universities, the tuition price raised an average of 3.7% this year. Last year, it rose 4.1%. With the continual raise of tuition price, the increase of student loans and financial aid has risen drastically as well. From the 2007 school year to the 2012 school year, the amount of students using some type of financial aid in the United States went from 75% to 85%. Gabby Hawk, a DePaul student, is one of many who uses financial aid.
I do get financial aid. I actually have multiple loans taken out while I also have a scholarship. So the scholarship helps a little bit, but I still, once I graduate college, I'm going to probably be in 6 figures of debt.
On average, 69% of college students coming out of college are in debt. The average amount of debt they have is nearly $30,000. If students use a 10-year loan term, that would be a payment of nearly $350 per month for 10 years, which is a substantial hole to be in at the beginning of a career. However, some financial experts think that is a wise investment.
So, especially, the work that I've done, and I was a low-income student. You have to think of loans in the context of going to college as an investment in yourself, right? Yes, it's debt, but it's also an investment.
As wise as the investment may be, many students are still concerned that they will be in serious financial crisis after they graduate.
Well, I am a journalism major, so it is a very tough field to definitely get into after college, but I'm hoping that it will be easier I'm hoping that I'll eventually be able to pay them off, but I mean, it's probably definitely going to be difficult because who's to say I'm going to be lucky enough to even get a job in this economy once I graduate. And even if I did get a starting journalism job, that's not going to pay that well, and with how much debt I'm going to be in, I'm a little worried.
Because the price of tuition is so high, people like Hawk and Gallagher need to work really hard in school as well, because they're sacrificing so much to be able to go. For Gallagher, the stress of not doing well in classes sometimes can be overwhelming.
So it puts a lot of pressure on me to do well in school. It's not like I'm getting a free ride here. I'm working for every grade that I receive, and if I don't do well on a test, it already puts more pressure on me to do better the next time because the class costs thousands of dollars. So it's not something I can really slack off with. It is hard and puts a lot of stress on me, but I think in the end it's going to be really beneficial to me as a person in the real world.
No matter how students pay for college, there are some who have to make a greater dedication than the rest. Although it may be a great investment for their future, the toll that comes with rising tuition prices will continue to be a burden for many. For Good Day DePaul, I'm Evan Walter.